Hello, everybody. This is Joe from PrepAgent, and we're ready to begin. I hope you have a good day. My connection should be a little better than it was yesterday. So I don't know if I'll be typing as much as I did yesterday, but if you think it helped, I can type things out as we go. So it looks like we have Arthur on the line with us, which is always great and helpful. So if you guys have any questions right off the bat, let's hear them. With that being said, though, let's get into some vocabulary. So when we do the vocabulary, I like to use our flashcard system. Our flashcard system's a great tool to use when you're on the go, as it is very mobile friendly. It's hugely mobile friendly for you guys. You could just hit the button, flips over to the next card. Great way to learn definitions as you guys are online at the post office, watch your kids game, or things of that nature. Before we start, Susan Nuri says, I have an important question. And yes, Arthur made this flashcard system. And yes, it is awesome. So Susan, you could let me know your important question. I can answer it before we get started. Okay, so yesterday you guys liked it when I was writing out a lot of what I was explaining, if I understand correctly. You guys like that. All right, if that's the case, I could do that. Okay, first word on the board, though, is a mortgage broker. Who here could explain to me what a mortgage broker is? What's a mortgage broker in as few words as possible? All right, Susan, if you have to write it down, feel free to write us through the website, and we could get back to you through there. Okay, what's a mortgage broker? Who knows? Who knows? Okay, the big word for a mortgage broker is the intermediary. They're the one in the middle. Remember, guys, we want to use as few words as possible when trying to find this stuff. So a mortgage broker is an intermediary, okay? They are the link up between the person borrowing the money and the bank. They help you find the best bank. They do what's called shopping you for a loan. All right. Redlining. Who knows what redlining is? Redlining. Anybody ever heard this term redlining before? Redlining. Michelle, did you lose the sound? If you lose sound, just try refreshing your page. Okay, so redlining is illegal. That's correct, Hannah Fortson. Sorry, I mispronounced your name. Okay, redlining is discriminating making a loan. Discriminating when making a loan. Okay, when you discriminate, what act are you violating? Who knows? What act are you violating when you discriminate in making a loan? I'll write this out like I did yesterday. When you are discriminating, what act are you violating? Okay, the answer to this is the Fair Housing Act. Everybody must know this. It's the Fair Housing Act. Fair Housing Act, which was brought about what year? What year was the Fair Housing Act? Anybody know? Who knows what year the Fair Housing Act was? 1968. Good job, guys. If I ask you, what year were you born? What will you answer? You will answer 1968. I ask you, what year was your kid born? You will answer 1968. I ask you, what year is it now? You will say 1968. I don't care what the question is. If on your exam you see 1968, everybody promise me you will circle it. Everybody write, I promise. I promise to circle 1968. Everybody got it? And when you do, you'll be thinking, man, those guys at PrepAgent, they're good stuff right there. Okay, so redlining is a violation of the Fair Housing Act of 1968. Okay? You may see other years asked about in the exam, but if you see 1968, go for it. Okay, I saw some of you guys bring up the Sherman Antitrust Act. Sherman Antitrust Act. What's that? What's that one that has Sherman in it? What's that all about? Who knows? Talk to me, you guys. It's Sherman Antitrust Act. What's that all about? Okay, Sherman equals free market competition. Okay, I see a lot of you guys running examples of this, but remember one of the things I always tell you guys, don't get too mixed up with examples without knowing the actual definition of things. So as you guys list off price fixing, what are other things that fixing commissions, geographic targeting, boycotting, things of that nature. Okay, I want you to remember why those things are violations. The point of the Sherman Act is to promote free market competition. Free market competition so it doesn't have monopolies. Okay? So is it a violation of this act if you go to all the clients in the neighborhood and say the listing price is anywhere from 5 to 6%, and that's standard in the community? It's not really negotiable, unfortunately, because that's what it is in our community. It's 5 to 6%. There's nothing we could do about it. Can they do that? Can they do that? So that is a violation. Okay, same people turn around and say 5 to 6%, that's standard. That's what we do at our brokerage. That's what our brokerage is. 5 to 6%. Everybody works for our brokerage in the community. Can't do that. All right, that's what it is. And yes, even in California, this is a federal law. This is not a state law. This is a federal law. Okay, so the broker says standard commissions 5 to 6% for our brokerage. Okay, is that a violation? What do you guys think? So every in our brokerage, that's what it is, 5 to 6%. That's okay because it's within the brokerage. It's within the brokerage. Be careful about that. Remember, it's not about you as an agent. It's about the brokerage. That's right, Michelle. You could do it within a brokerage. Some of you guys are mentioning Washington or California or different states. What we're talking about now does not matter what state you're in. Okay? It does not matter what state you're in. Because remember, it's the broker who puts his name on the dotted line. So therefore, within his framework, he could set whatever commissions he wants. He or she, I should say. He or she wants. Okay? It's when other brokers come to an agreement, and that's when you guys have what you guys were calling price fixing. Price fixing. Has everybody got that? Okay, so this is not a state thing. This is a federal thing. All right? Now, what if everybody in town says, you know what? That person's coming to town. Susan's coming to town. Nobody talked to her. Nobody talked to her at all. Everybody, we all agree. We can't let these new people come on our turf. So everybody's been around. We're going to sit here and not talk to the new people. If there's a listing and one of these new agents brings a buyer, don't talk to that buyer. What did I just describe? So you guys saying it's illegal, but you guys have to know more than that in your exam. You cannot just know it's illegal. You have to know what it is. And that is group boycotting. Group boycotting. Great job, everybody. We're talking about group boycotting there. All right, this has nothing to do with blockbusting. Who could tell me what blockbusting is? Anybody know? What is blockbusting? What is blockbusting? Anybody ever heard of that? Blockbusting is when you say you better sell because those people are moving to town. It is a discriminatory practice as a way to induce listings, to get sellers to sell, all right? By the way, you guys should know when you're practicing real estate, the moment you hear somebody say those people, more often than not, they are breaking the law. Okay, there's a violation of one kind or another. Okay, we talked about the redlining here. This one should be an easy one on the board, real property. What is real property? So Michelle, steerings with buyers, blockbustings with sellers. Just remember that. Okay, real property goes with the property. Personal property goes with the person. Okay, we got a bunch of people on the chat tonight, so I want to see everybody. Ready for this? I want to see every single one of you guys write an example of real property without repeating a previous example. Let's see if we could do this. You guys should give me an example of real property without repeating a previous example. Let's see if we could do this. Kim Ladera starts off with roof. Good job, Kim. Walls. House, shutters, garden, fireplace, blinds, ceiling fan, minerals, sink. Oh, pool's mentioned twice. Bearing wall. Good, you guys get the idea. Okay, now everybody write an example of personal property without repeating a previous person. Now we are all going to write an example of personal property without repeating a previous person. Let's go personal property. Okay, shelf, clothes, bed, jewelry, dresser, table, tractor, artwork. Good. Ooh, mortgage, tricky one, David. Good job. Pool covering is actually real property. Okay, which is my next point. Pool covering is a fixture. What is a fixture? What is a fixture? What is a fixture? Who knows? I'm going to write this down. What is a fixture? Who could tell me what is a fixture? A fixture is something that was personal that is now considered real. I'm going to write that for everybody. A fixture is personal property that is now considered real property. Okay, how do you tell if a fixture is a fixture? So a lot of you guys are writing Maria. What does Maria stand for? What does Maria stand for? Okay, so we got method, adaptability, relationship, intention, and agreement. Method, adaptability, relationship, intention, and agreement. Everybody write this down. Maria equals method, adaptability, relationship, intention, and agreement. Okay. Good job, everybody. Where does this come into play? Well, first, the biggest thing is that agreement thing. When you buy a house on a purchase contract, they will ask you what's a fixture. In one form or another, I don't care if you're buying a house in Washington, Florida, New York, Ohio, or even Canada or Kenya, or wherever it may be. Anywhere you buy a house in the world, if there's any kind of a contract, okay, there's going to be somewhere that says, does this go with the property or does this not go with the property? Does that chair go with that property? Does that chandelier go with the property? Things of that nature. And that's that agreement part in the fixture. Okay, you guys got that? If there's no agreement indicated, then they start going by, well, what was the method it was attached? Nails, glue, what? What about the adaptability? that pool covering, the blinds, it's adapted. The relationship, the intention, all right, and then you have the agreement. Okay, so that's where that comes into play. But first you have the agreement, and I don't care where you're buying a property, any contract for any real estate across the world is going to have that question. Does this go with the property or not? And that's that agreement part of a fixture. Everybody got that? And if there's no agreement made, like it wasn't mentioned, then they defer to the other elements. Who here's bought a house? If you bought a house, you would have seen it on your purchase contract. Usually it's on the second page, but different areas could have different contracts. Okay, Michelle McDowell did. You probably saw that, right, Michelle? All right, promissory note, using as few words as possible. What's a promissory note? Nice job, Mike. IOU. Great job, Mike. So simply said, it's evidence of a debt. Nice job, John. Evidence of a debt. Who gives the promissory note? Who gives the promissory note? Who gives that? Not the bank, the borrower. And what I'm looking for is the mortgage or. Remember our OREE rule? I said give. So the mortgage or. And the mortgage receives that. Or if you're using a trustee, the trustor gives it and the trustee receives it. Okay, so when I said give, you guys should have been giving me an answer that had an OR at the end of it. Does everybody got that? I'll write that down. The moment I said give, you should have given me an answer with a OR. Okay? Remember, give, or. Remember our OREE rule. Lessor, vendor, optionors, give, or the proprietor for your pleasure. EE. Lessee, vendee, mortgagee, gives me property, makes me happy. I know it sounds stupid, but, you know, it's all I got, and it's worked for everybody so far. So we're going to keep doing it. Part of the reason I love doing the vocabulary section with you guys because it mixes things up. Whereas usually we do a category, the vocabulary section is really my opportunity to touch on different concepts from different sections. I really enjoy this. Okay, a pertinent easement means it runs with the land, runs with the land. So something that is a pertinent, is that real or personal property? Something that is a pertinent, is that real or personal property? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? That's real properties. It goes with the land. Plottage. What's plottage? Okay, plottage is when you're bringing properties together to increase the value. Good job, Rodney. 1 + 1 = 3. Fair housing laws. Okay, what year should come to mind? No discrimination. Good. And the year would be 1968. Good. Bill of sale. Bill of sale. Bill of sales for personal property. It's for personal property. Good job, everybody. Okay, mortgage yield. Mortgage yield. What do you guys think on that one? Okay, that's the lender's profit. The mortgage yield is the lender's profits, the money they make for doing that loan for you. It's their return. Okay, net listing. I don't want to see you guys writing, it's illegal, it's illegal. We all know it's illegal in many states. Not all states, but we know it's illegal. So what's the definition of it? Give me the definition of it. What's a net listing? Okay, a net listing is the money you get over the asking price. And that's why it's illegal in many states. And it's not illegal, it's definitely frowned upon in the states that have it as legal. Why? Why is that bad news? Why is a net listing bad news? So what's wrong with getting money above an asking price? If the seller wants $500,000, you get $550,000, you get $50,000. What's the problem? I mean, you could be honest, because there's a conflict of interest. Good job, Hannah. There's a conflict of interest because they want $500,000. Offer comes with $500,000. It's not fair to you. Have done all that work and get nothing. So you have a conflict in your head of like, well, do I look for another offer so I can make some money? I've been working on this for 6 months. Or do you submit that offer and get nothing? Now, you could say an ethical person will submit that offer, but most of the states will just say, we're just not going to allow it. It's not okay. Okay, because they don't want people having that conflict. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Ooh. I'm sure you guys got other teachers too. Oh, Mike says agent can hold incoming offers until something comes along better. Mike, that's a tricky one. There's very specific rules on that. There are situations where an agent could hold off offers. For example, if they're following the specific instructions from the seller about specific types of offers, or if it's just an insanely ridiculous offer, like $2 on a $2 million house. Okay. So there is some truth to that, Mike, but it's a very dicey situation. Thanks, Amir. High five. Okay, equity. What's the technical definition of equity? I think I said this yesterday. What is that technical definition of equity? We said it is the interest in the property above and beyond all liens against it. Everybody write that down, what I just wrote there. It is the interest in the property above and beyond all liens against it. Okay. By the way, on Friday, I'm doing another webinar at the Agent School YouTube channel. Look that up on YouTube, Agent School. You guys see right there, I just wrote it there. Just look up Agent School as one word. Okay, and you can look on the YouTube channel. Friday, I'll be doing another lecture about how to build your business online, and we're going to start keeping each other accountable to make sure we all make money. I will say the stuff I will give you guys during Agent School, during those webinars, will be asking a lot from you. I will be demanding a lot of effort because I want you guys to make a lot of money, and I want you to do it quickly. So if you don't have time to put a lot of effort into it, then it may not be for you. But if you guys really are ready to sink your teeth in, put a lot of effort, if you want to make a lot of money quickly, then join in, okay? But I will be asking a lot of people to get it together so you can make money. Suzanne, it will be a follow-up on what we did last week. It will be a follow-up. It'll be at 4 o'clock Eastern time, which will be 1 o'clock Pacific time. Okay, good topic, Michelle. Good stuff. Okay, functional obsolescence. Functional obsolescence. What is functional obsolescence? Good luck, Erica. I wish you the best. Functional obsolescence would be like a 4-bed, 1-bath. There are 3 forms of depreciation you need to know for your exam. Do you guys know what they are? There are 3 forms of depreciation you need to know for the exam. What are they? You got physical deterioration, economic obsolescence, and functional obsolescence. Rebecca, you're never ready. Nobody ever feels like they're ready. I promise you guys will never feel like you're ready. Then after you pass, you'll be like, ugh, I've been ready forever. I can't believe it took me this long. Before the exam, you're like, this is so hard. This is impossible, hardest thing ever. After you do it, you're like, oh my God, that was so easy. What's the problem? It's true with everything. People who were waiting till they're ready. They would never jump into the deep end of a pool to learn to swim. They would never ask out the love of their life. And they would probably never go exercise at the gym. And they would probably never try out for any sports team. Okay. Thanks, Michelle. Grandfather clause, what's that? Grandfather clause. Not how it goes to the gym. It's not about starting to go to the gym. When everybody starts to go to the gym, it's always awkward. Whenever you haven't worked out for a really, really long time, or if you've never worked out before, it's always super awkward. Grandfather clause is when you are allowed to do something that is not compliant with current rules, but you were doing it before. Okay, you were doing before the rule was put into place. Go get him, Amanda. Go to the gym. Okay, grandfather clause. Exclusive right to sell listing. What's that? What do you guys think? Exclusive right to sell listing. It's when the broker gets paid no matter what. It's when you get paid no matter what. The word we're looking for is you do not need to prove that you're the procuring cause of the buyer. You do not need to prove that you're the procuring cause of the buyer. Does an exclusive right to sell listing need a definite termination date? Does it need a definite termination date? Yes, it does. Good. And you guys enjoy the Super Bowl? I think we talked about it yesterday. Man, if that wasn't a story of super rich guys getting richer, Tom Brady and Adam Levine, that guy did the halftime show. Do you guys know they both grew up like super rich in California when they were kids and went to private schools, like super expensive private schools? Oh, I forgot, Andrea. I forgot I hate sports. Me too. Me too. Boo, sports. I actually like sports, but I like to play them. I'm not much of a spectator. Okay, of course, Michelle, you love them. They're like super good-looking people. Who wouldn't? And they're nice guys too. Hannah says, Joe, do you ever notice when certain students improve and just think, wow, I did that? I do not think that because I'm not the one putting in the work. You guys are putting in the work. You guys deserve the credit. I'm just giving you guys a platform to help you guys learn. At the end of the day, when you guys learn, the only one who did it is you. Okay, you credit yourself, you look in the mirror, you point at the mirror, and you say, good stuff. Okay? So no, I do not think I did that. I think I give you guys a platform for you guys to work, all right, and excel. But at the end of the day, you guys are the ones buckling down. You guys are the ones studying, and you guys are putting in the hours, right? And you deserve all the credit, all right? I want that to be very clear. When you guys pass this, okay, first person you should thank is yourself. People who love you make it easy, all right, and try and help you so you could work. At the end of the day, you're doing the work, and you're the one learning, and you're the ones who are making the money, okay? The people who love you will say, we're going to let you work. We're going to give you the time. We're going to give you the time to do what you need to do for you to excel. At the end of the day, you're the one putting in the grind. You'll pass, Susan, don't worry. All right, guys, with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Another topic, another day. Same time tomorrow. Friday, we're doing it at a different time. All right? But tomorrow, we're doing it this time. Don't give up, Leah. Don't give up. Okay, guys, have a great night. Talk to you tomorrow.